Where am I? I know it's following me. I can feel it. I should be able to see its light soon. At last, and gather my strength and plan how to face that monstrous thing. The name's John Morley, private detective. And today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite torture those hands were busted, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox,
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favorable, and the doctor has authorized your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. Placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
A woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
Couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your night.
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
I better get dressed. The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional. So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over? I usually use the Windsor knot. I should get myself a pair of derbies or brogues. They're much more comfortable. Besides, if I slipped, it was because of those damned hard soles. These do a fine job of hiding any belly. Can't complain about that. Well-structured shoulders, nicely padded. Gives off an air of authority. Keeps the crooks wary and catches the ladies' eyes. Looks brand new. Collar's pristine. Blimey, what a fool I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally. Blimey, it's nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares. Trench coat and fedora hat. Every detective's must have. That's me. Bloodhound Morley. Story of my life. Nearly broke. There's notes from Penny, my secretary. She must have left it here a few days ago while I was still under observation. Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only two things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter and give me a chance. Rainy and overcast. Typical London weather. I better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this up. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip away. All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life. Back again. Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise. Everything's got that same old charm, yet feels oddly new. This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Maybe I'll take it a shade easier from now on, sticking to cases that don't demand a trip to the morgue. Here they are. Penny's keys. Just like it says in her note. So this is Peter. That smug grin. Punch me written all over it. Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring. Try to sweet talk her into coming back. If this new client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her and use a little charm to win her over. The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one. The case of the red shoes. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally. Case closed. My files. Cases. Debts. Many debts. Far too. Even the coppers missed it. The slums on the letter E. That's what gave us the typist black letters case. This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab. The umbrella with a bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman. Nearly lost my hat, that one. This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective. My desk. Strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she out on me. Another one of my cards. But this one has my last name. So. Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details. The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole. The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away. My apologies, madam. Didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Moore. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as...
My apologies. I was rather engrossed. Didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honor of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fortside, the fourth Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret. Could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavor to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped unnoticed, and upon reaching her, delivered five fatal stab wounds, chest, lungs, and heart. The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned two violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed. Justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you 30,000 if you take on this case, and a further 30,000 if you can solve it and bring the killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Will you accept this case?
I understand your distress, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard, as my room was unfortunate. I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of.
Tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the. I couldn't bear to live within those. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I hear her footsteps echo. Her voice humming melody. The delusion of an old woman who has mourned her daughter too long. Mr. Morley, no mother should ever have to bury. Should you accept Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the shall not in work, as I now reside Bedford Square, in the heart.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent who were terrorized at the time. Though they swore their innocence to Elodie's daughter, their criminal record undermined their defense, seizing the opportunity. The police locked them away for their other crime, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me is that nothing was stolen on the day was killed. If those thieves were Pritz, why would they murder her without then leave a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up.
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I've fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice, but all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story managed. Then one day, I read about success in the case of the red shoe. Regrettably, I also the unfortunate incident that left you with little life, grievous injury. On the advice of your secretary, I waited patiently, and now here I am.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the 30,000 pounds. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the cult, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining 30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me so long.
As I made my way down the dense forest path, haunting silence enveloped. It was as though the very night of the crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as shadows that dance in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten. Not a sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something. Seems Elodie had a for art, but her style wasn't exactly well received. Disturbing from the looks of it. This painting, it's rather grim. There's something deeply almost like it carries a shadow of its own. A blue moon, fitting by its face secrets. Looks like the Countess left this for me. Could be useful for getting around the place. It seems Lord Fordside was a renowned sculptor, though his works were somewhat sinister. A globe resting in a beautiful stand. The housekeeper left a note for the Countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step. Two chairs. One of them over. The housekeeper's cup is tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. Lipstick stains. Same shade the Countess wore. An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter? It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
I am very angry. After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed. The Countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags.
Was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post? The doors chained up with a padlock. Looks like I'll need to find the key. Looks like I'll need to find the key. Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their another painting by Elodie. There's something deeply about her work. Lady Fordside, still seething, burned something in the fireplace. The housekeeper resigned. Seems something troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place. The Fordside family crest. Rampant dragon. A time-honored symbol across European heraldry, particularly among the English and the Welsh. The lock. This door must open. This door must open by some other means. This must have been some sort of Lady Margaret and a young woman. I suppose it's Elodie. I suppose it's Elodie. They look happy. They look happy. It was undoubtedly a better time. It was undoubtedly a better time. An old pocket watch. An old pocket watch. It probably belonged to Lord Ford. Probably belonged to Lord Ford's side. Margaret's husband. Lady Margaret's husband. A British passport. A British passport. Lord Ford's side was undoubtedly. Elodie was committed to facility like he had. She supposedly recovered from whatever ailed. This looks like the key to the main hall. Could be my way into the heart. Could be my way into the heart of the house.